One bead to rule them all. Not bad. Okay, I've got 2 beads done. Only 800 more to go. If only there was another way to do this. A better way. What's this? This might come in handy. Stay tuned today for some totally amazing tweezer techniques. Hello and welcome to Nostalgic Nick-Nacks, my retro gaming Perler Beading YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here today. Have you ever had problems getting started with Perler Beading? Are your fingers just too big to put those tiny beads on the board? Well, if you have, this video is the video for you. I'm going to be talking about the wonderful world of tweezers, the kind of tweezers that I use, and I'm going to give you some helpful tweezer techniques that will help you up your Perler beading game and make things a lot faster for you, because one of the things that turns off some people from Perler beading is, it takes so long. How do you sit there and do that? Well, the way I do it is I let the tweezers do the work, and it makes things go a lot faster for me. So let's get into some wonderful tweezer techniques, and I'll show you how I use them to help me bead faster. Let's get to it. Okay, so first off, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the tweezers that I use. These are called precision tweezers. And these are from Hobby Lobby. They also sell these on Amazon. You can find endless companies that make endless high precision tweezers. They are excellent tweezers for Perler beading. What I have found, if you use tweezers that are the standard like eyebrow tweezers, they're just too short and they don't pick up the beads. So invest the money in some specialized tweezers like these. So why would you use tweezers instead of your fingers? Well, first off, if you use your fingers for Perler beading and it works fine for you, I am very happy for you. I tried that, and just as you saw in the intro, it is quite a chore for me to do that. You have to be quite coordinated to have your fingers putting the beads in those places, especially when you get a project going and you're in the middle of it and you're trying to put that bead in and it's knocking over all the other beads. I couldn't do that. I tried it for maybe about 2 or 3 minutes and I said, I've got to find another solution. I've seen people out there that make these huge Perler bead characters that are probably 10 plus boards big, and they're using their fingers and they got the beads in their hand and they're taking them out. I can't do that myself. Props to anybody who can do that. You're awesome. Me, however, it's not for me, and maybe it's not for you, but it's really up to you. And if you haven't tried working with tweezers, then I highly recommend trying it out. So what are some of the reasons why I would use tweezers? Well, for starters, tweezers are great because they extend my hand, so my fingers are not going into the board, into the beads, and having the potential to knock over all the beads. Secondly, they are wonderful for picking up 6 beads at a time, and that really does save you a lot of time. So that, and I'll show you that. Now I'm going to do an experiment where I time how long it takes me to make something with the tweezers and how long it takes me with my fingers. And last but not least, using tweezers is a way to save my fingers some pain. It is so much easier to grab those beads and put them on the tweezers instead of my fingers doing the pinching. Okay, those are some reasons why I use tweezers when I'm perler beading. Now I'm going to get into showing you some different ways of using tweezers to make it successful for you. So let's get to the boards. First of all, I'm going to show you how it kind of looks with me just putting the beads on the board with my fingers. I can already tell doing this, I have some strain in my fingers, in my hand. Again, if you love doing it this way, please let me know in the comments. Tell me that it is successful for you and you enjoy it, and keep doing that. Keep doing what works best for you. So even if I get past that hand cramping, it still takes me forever. It's already been about 30 seconds and all I've got are 7 beads on the board. So now what I'm going to do is go to my tweezers and I'm going to grab some beads here. Let's see, I'll grab 4 and 6. So I've got 6 beads on my tweezers. 1, 2, 3. And put in the 7th one. So you can see it only took me about maybe 5 or 6 seconds to put down the same amount of beads that I did just using my fingers. They really are amazing. Okay, so let me show you 3 different ways to use these tweezers to get the most out of them. So number 1, make sure when you're going into a container of perler beads, whatever your container is, make sure you tilt your tweezers as you're going in to grab them. So you could go straight in, or you can kind of tilt them to get into those holes. 6. You could go straight in. It really does depend on what you want to do. And as you put the beads down, number 2, you're going to make sure you release 2 at a time, 2 at a time, and then one more set there. And you can see that if you do that, you're not going to have all the beads just fly out. So again, I'll show you 1, because if I release them all together, here's what happens. They all fall down. Pick them up just as easily as you put them down. And there, done. So another great thing about tweezers is that you can actually take your beads off pretty quickly if you decided that your project's not working very well and you want to change things up. So I just want to show you how quick it is to dismantle a project with tweezers in hand. Everything stays clean, you're not throwing them all over the place, and you're done. So really handy for not just putting together a project, but also taking it apart. Well, I know I can really get 6 beads at a time. Sometimes I can even get 7. At that point, when you reach 7, you're all the way up here on your tweezers, and they won't hold anymore, so then they just drop. So 6, which I think is pretty good. The second thing you want to think about when you're using tweezers, and this really isn't a technique per se, but I just wanted to mention it anyways, make sure you take breaks when using your tweezers. Even though you're not just using your fingers, using your tweezers can get tiring after a while. So make sure you take some time, take a coffee break, drink your coffee, drink your hot tea, whatever you're going to do, and then get back to perler beading. Another great thing to consider when you are talking about using tweezers is it's really easy to reach into a big container. So make sure you have big containers for your perler beads. You're not going to knock all the beads out of the container. I actually have this big storage container I use. It's a great organizer, and it has all these wonderful big plastic containers, and the smaller size for the smaller bags. I actually have that link below, so make sure you check it out. Now it's the time to have some fun, and I'm going to show you side by side using fingers and using tweezers, and how long it takes me to put together the same project with my fingers as it will with the tweezers. So there you have it. Using my fingers, it was about 1 minute and 37 seconds for this small project, and using the tweezers, about 47 seconds. So I'd say that's pretty good. I'm sure there are people out there that are really great at using their fingers. Hey, let me know if you're have the fastest fingers in the West. I want to know that. Hopefully that gave you an idea of how fast you could put together your Perler bead projects with tweezers if you haven't tried it before. I highly recommend them. So there you have it. I hope this video was a great video to watch and that it gave you a better idea of how tweezers can really up your Perler beading game. I highly recommend them. They have worked well for me. I've been Perler beading for over 2 years, and they've really helped me to finish my projects faster and have more control over the beads in general. Make sure that you control your beads and that your beads don't control you. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. If you want more Perler beading content, stay tuned. I put out new videos every week, and I really enjoy doing these for you because I want to help you out and get your Perler beading up to the next level. Keep getting better and keep improving. I used to have a pastor that would say, the biggest room in the house is the room for improvement. And I really think that's very true. Let me know in the comments below, do you use tweezers or do you use your fingers? I'd love to know. I want to see what kind of finger techniques there are. Stay tuned for more Perler beading content. I've got some great videos coming up. And if you're a fan of Stardew Valley or Mega Man, stay tuned for some great characters from those games that I'll be making. And please always let me know, do you have something you want me to cover? I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I pray that you have a great day. And until next time, happy beading.